Hello, Future Rossies and Pre-Med Explorers. This is Milena Garcia, your host for Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is our mini podcast featuring facts and information about our medical program, insights from current students, and tips from practicing physicians. Each week, this podcast will be broken down in small episodes, focusing on one aspect of our program, also having guests talk about their own experiences as students and as doctors. In this episode, we focus on international students, highlighting scholarships, academic prerequisites, and student support available. At Ross University School of Medicine, we welcome international students and encourage you to apply to our MD program for any of our 3 classes, January, May, or September. My guest today is Rachel Durcan, Senior Associate Director of International Partnerships. Welcome back, Future Rossies. Thanks for joining us again. In this episode, I have my colleague, Rachel Durcan, here with us. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Milena. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Let's hear a little bit more about you first.
My name's Rachel Durcan. I am the Senior Associate Director of International Partnerships for Ross University School of Medicine. And really happy to be here and share more information that will help educate our future international students.
So let's start there. Who are the international applicants for us? Who's considered international?
An international student would be a non-U.S. citizen or a non-U.S. permanent resident.
And how do our international applicants hear about us?
They usually hear about us through their pre-med health advisor on their university campus, or maybe through their international student advisor. They could also hear about us through an educational recruitment agency that they might have used previously. So international students do also include Canadians as well.
So that does include the Canadian citizens as well.
Yes, it does. It does. And they hear about us through the same kind of channels, pre-med advisors, international student advisors, perhaps if they're even an international student in Canada, pursuing their undergraduate degree in Canada. So a lot of options of how they, might hear about Ross University School of Medicine.
Mm-hmm. And what are the prerequisites for our international applicants? I mean, is it any different than our in-state or out-of-state American candidates, for example?
Yeah, good question. There's no difference. We offer a 4-year graduate entry program. So to meet the RUSM course requirements, prerequisite courses cannot be more than 10 years old. The coursework should include the following. So inorganic or general chemistry, 2 semesters with lab. Organic chemistry, 2 semesters with lab. General biology or zoology, 2 semesters of biology or zoology with lab. Physics, 1 semester with lab. Mathematics, 1 semester of college level mathematics, preferably calculus or statistics. And English, 2 semesters. Canadian students may satisfy the English requirement in 3 possible ways. 2 semesters of university humanities, where essays compose at least 40% of the overall mark. Second, international baccalaureate English, and 3, advanced placement English. So substitutes and/or exceptions for med school prerequisites are made on a case-by-case basis at the discretion of the admission dean and faculty admission committee. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of information, but this is all on our website, Milena. So this
correct.
We refer to this on our website.
Yes. And for anyone listening to us, in case of doubt, contact our admissions coordinators directly, and they will be willing to work with you and let you know, make sure that everything is checked, all the boxes are checked. Now, Rachel, I know our program has multiple term starts. When is the right time to apply, and when can they start?
Yeah, that's the beauty of Ross Med. So we have rolling admissions. We have start dates January, May, and September every year. So students are able to apply now for any of those intake terms.
And how can they apply?
They can apply directly on our website, and all of the instructions on how to apply are on our website there. And there's no difference, in terms of the application for Canadian and international student or a U.S. citizen. But when they do apply as a Canadian or an international student, they will actually be serviced by experts on our admissions team to help support that international student or Canadian applying to RUSM. That will help, know certain differences that they might need or additional help or support pertaining to visas.
Good point. Let's come back to that. But for now, you also mentioned how there's no difference between the applications. Is there a difference between tuition? I often get asked in-state, out-of-state tuition. Is there a difference in tuition for our international candidates?
No difference. No difference in tuition. All of our tuition and fees are listed on the website, and there's no difference.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of financial aid is available to our international candidates?
RUSM does offer a variety of scholarships available to those who apply and qualify. So all applicants who meet the criteria for admission, so international students, Canadians, they meet the criteria for admission to RUSM, they will be considered for all available medical school scholarships available by selection. So no additional forms or scholarship applications are required. And the applicants will be considered based on documentation provided as part of their medical school application.
Can you maybe give us a couple of examples of scholarships that are available for our international students?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked about that, Milena. So
I'm sure we get asked and they want to know, right?
They do, yeah. Two good examples are the Canadian Scholars Award and the International Scholar Award. Both of these scholarships have a total award amount of $100,000 equally distributed over 10 semesters, beginning with RUSM MD program's first academic semester.
That's great.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
Now let's come back to that visa question. Is there a visa required? How does it work?
For the years 1 and 2, the students will be in Barbados completing their medical sciences. And that during that time, they are on the Barbados student visa. And this is really the same for all students, US citizens as well. Everyone's on a Barbados student visa. Then in years 3 and 4, they will be in their clinical sciences at affiliate hospitals in the United States. And during this time, our international students, Canadian students included, would be on a B1 visa. And our team within student services is very good at supporting the student through this process, offering guidance and support and documentation to help secure this B1 visa.
So following that timeline, once they're done with their clinical rotations and they're done with their MD, what kind of accreditation, or I know we get asked a lot this question. So is this even a fair question? What kind of accreditation, right, do the international students get?
Ross University School of Medicine is accredited by the Caribbean Accreditation Authority for Education in Medicine and Other Health Professions. It's called CAMHP. So this means that the Canadian student, the international student will have the opportunity to become eligible for Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates certification and to apply for US residencies and licensure. So they do have the opportunity to have residency in the United States.
Rachel, thank you so much for joining us and sharing all your expertise. Any other advice you have for international future Rossies?
Yes, my advice is, to really lean in on the 15,000 RUSM alumni that, could offer support and a good network and learning and mentorship from. So there's wonderful opportunity to make new friends as well. So yeah, lean in on that 15,000 alumni. And we look forward to answering, any questions from this student population on becoming, a doctor and earning their MD.
15,000 is a large number. That means we know what it takes to get you there successfully. Thank you again. I appreciate your time, Rachel. And everyone out there, thank you for joining us again. We will see you next time. Thank you for listening to Ross University Checking the Pulse, a pre-med podcast. This is Milena Garcia, your host. This podcast is made for you, so let me know what topics you want us to cover on future episodes. You can send me your comments, feedbacks, and requests to mgarcia@rossu.edu. Definitely follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel at Ross Med School or on Facebook. If you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, I am working my way to 5 stars, so remember to send me your comments and let me know your ideas. If you're on Spotify, remember to click on the follow button to get our future episodes. All right, see you future Rossies and Pre-Med Explorers next week.